Why the Summer I Turned Pretty has obsessed so many adult women. Before you raise an eyebrow, let me explain why I've been thinking about two teenage boys for an embarrassingly long period lately. It all began when I became engrossed in The Summer I Turned Pretty, the popular Amazon Prime series that was based on Jenny Han's well-known young adult books. The main character of the show is 15-year-old Belly Conklin, who is entangled in the tragic, chaotic love triangle between brothers Conrad and Jeremiah Fisher. It's dramatic, sentimental, emotional, and, to be honest, hard to stop watching. The fact that so many individuals my age are equally enamored with the program has shocked me more than the show itself. Numerous people in their 30s and 40s can be found fervently discussing Team Conrad versus Team Jeremiah on Reddit or in fan communities. I'm not by myself. Bea Newham, a 34-year-old fashion stylist, claims that she became enamored with the show after watching the first season. When I saw the trailer, I knew it would be perfect for me, even though I haven't read the books. It's got everything: love triangles, brooding boys, long hot summers, awkward first kisses, country club drama. What's not to love? Says Isla Heller, a 41-year-old copy editor and another admirer, laughing as she enumerates the show's attraction. She's correct, too. Everything about it has a magnetic quality. Why do adults find teen dramas so appealing? The Summer I Turned Pretty isn't the only show with this fixation. Adults are also consuming shows like Ginny and Georgia, XO, Kitty, and Never Have I Ever, which are characterized by friendship, coming-of-age anxiety, and the strong emotions that characterized our adolescence. However, why this fascination? Why do grown adults find the emotional turmoil of youth so alluring? In the end, it might not be a midlife crisis. We are drawn to stories like this for a legitimate psychological reason, according to psychotherapist Dana Moynihan of the SOAK. We often go through significant changes in our 30s and 40s, including changes in our careers, changes in our families, and changes in our identities, she says. Those themes reflect the experiences we have during adolescence. Teen dramas, in other words, reflect the emotional upheaval of our adult lives, albeit with lower stakes. According to Moynihan, these shows offer emotional revisitation for women in midlife. We can process unresolved sentiments or experiences from our youth through fictional characters in a secure and reassuring manner. So provide us with emotional clarity, which is something that adulthood seldom offers. In our day-to-day existence, obligations complicate and obscure our emotions. However, emotions are shown on film in all their rawness and clarity, whether someone is in love, devastated, or angry, and that candor is refreshing. The coziness of memories. Watching The Summer I Turned Pretty is like opening a time capsule for a lot of us. Everything about it is really nostalgic, including the embarrassing pool parties, summer music, and sun-drenched beaches. According to Moynihan, nostalgia has a psychological function. It aids in emotional control and grounding, particularly during transitional periods. Nostalgic media can be stabilizing for adults navigating change, whether it be in their self-identity, family, or career. Put another way, going back to the emotional realm of our childhood helps us recall who we were and possibly even re-establish a connection with the aspects of ourselves that we have forgotten. For stylist Bea Newham, the dress is just as much a part of the memories as the narrative. I adore the references to early 2000s fashion, such as low-rise jeans, denim skirts, and baby tees. It's similar to viewing my old clothing through a more fashionable and attractive prism. It's the music for me. I was immediately taken back to my own adolescence when the concert played Smashing Pumpkins' Mayonnaise during a slow dance sequence. I could sense the intensity of feeling everything so strongly, the heartbreaks, and the dreams. Realism and representation are important. Today's shows are much more inclusive and self-aware than the glossy, largely white teen shows of the early 2000s, Dawson's Creek, The OC, Gossip Girl. Being biracial, white and Asian American, is not merely a side note for Belly, the lead character in The Summer I Turned Pretty, it is an integral part of who she is. That is significant to 31-year-old writer Isabella Silvers. I adore programs that focus on women of color and girls, she says. I identify strongly with storylines that depict that experience, as I write about being mixed race. In a way that feels genuine rather than didactic, contemporary teen dramas also address weighty topics like bullying, eating disorders, mental health, and queerness. They provide adults a sense of how much the world, and ourselves, has changed, while also reflecting the real world that today's youth live in. At last, the parents are interesting. The way that The Summer I Turned Pretty handles its mature characters is one of its greatest advantages. Susanna, the mother of the Fisher boys, and Laurel, the mother of Belly, are not at all supporting characters. They are flawed, humorous, emotional, and complex. But with strangers, drink wine, make bad decisions, and manage to keep their families together. These are 40s-aged women who don't want to be forgotten. That is consoling to me as a single parent. It feels like a unique privilege to see women my age represented as lively, living, and continuously learning things. These mothers serve as a reminder that life continues to be exciting after the age of 40. Getting away to a more basic world. Let's face it, being an adult can be draining. There is a lot of labor, costs, and emotional strain. The Summer I Turned Pretty and other teen dramas provide a delightful diversion. Being an adult is complicated, which is why I love it, says Hella. It's a huge relief to watch a show where the main conundrum is which brother should I kiss? We can turn off the part of our brain that is always planning, worrying, and analyzing thanks to these stories. They are easy, gratifying, and comforting, emotional comfort food. Shows like ZIP allow us to indulge guilt-free, in contrast to reality TV, which frequently feels exploitative. For our amusement, no one is being humiliated, it's just a lovely, safe dream world to spend an hour in. The science behind TV's guilty pleasure. It turns out that there is scientific evidence supporting the potential health benefits of teen drama viewing. According to Moynihan, in clinical practice, we're seeing more and more adults dealing with cognitive overload. We're constantly trying to be more productive, efficient, and on. Stress, burnout, and emotional exhaustion are the results of that ongoing strain. Our minds get a break when we watch something simple and light-hearted, like a young romance. The nervous system can reset when watching low-stakes TV, she continues. It's restorative, not thoughtless. It aids in psychological healing and lessens the idealistic notion that leisure time must be useful. Stop binge-watching The Summer I Turned Pretty if you've ever felt bad about it. In fact, your brain may require it. Why it makes such a deep impact? Perhaps that is the true significance of these shows. In addition to providing us with entertainment, they aid in our reconnection with our past selves and current selves. Teen dramas remind us of what it was like to believe that a summer could alter everything or to have a crush that was so strong it made your heart race. Without sarcasm or self-consciousness, they allow us to feel things completely once more. Those feelings resonated with women in their 30s and 40s who were redefining themselves, managing relationships, professions, or motherhood. Belly's decision between Conrad and Jeremiah is about more than simply adolescent love, it's about reflecting on our own decisions, heartbreaks, and life goals. It explains why so many of us keep hitting play. It's important to remember the version of ourselves who still thought anything was possible, not just who Belly ends up with. Yes, I am an adult who weeps over made-up teenagers at Cousins Beach. And truthfully, I don't apologize for it. Sometimes, returning to the summer, when everything was still brand new and love, heartbreak, and hope all burned a bit brighter, is the finest way to get through adulthood.